let's think about it this way. Music has never been written down, so we have no idea how other people played it, but it's been passed down. We've only just recently wrote down music. You know, this is what music's been about. You know, just like you can't clone the art gene, right? Like you can't clone it. So whatever I am about music is from an ancestor that's way back, way back. Now maybe I have a couple added in, maybe some met up, but there's an ancestor with my ability way back. So it's when you're saying it's a gift, it's an actual gift. From when someone's saying it's a gift from your ancestors, what they're meaning is there were certain genetic things that people, after a while of watching in front of them, wow, he draws. That's right. Well, it's from that person that we remember doing it. You know, so, but we all have the ability to express. So I believe we'll start at the beginning of music. And when I start at the beginning of music, I go all the way back, right? So now we start. What is music? Music is melody with rhythm. So the first thing we're gonna do is not have this thing right here. So now, here's how everything starts. Like, I'm gonna go through this and just go down. There's one beat.
Okay.
And what do I mean by that? One beat is a concept. Africa starts that there's just one beat. Because you only can play the beats you're in. So now you realize that the first music was a continuous thing of the now, right? But this is what's so. But as a person, you would have your one beats. You'd be like, one, right? But then you'd have your other. So now imagine if we're all standing around playing, and then you'd have one that's your family one beat, and I'd have. So now you can imagine that it wasn't just because a lot of people go one beat, it was chaos. No, we're humans. So you know, I didn't just start going like this. You know, I was probably like, wait till I get, But then just imagine it was going without with each individual knowledge going, making that sound all together, rising up, right? Now remember, in the concept, music hits here in the middle, and you're sending it up, right? So that's all in music you will ever have. Look, they might tell you there's 4 beats. You only have one beat. So in my mind, when a beat comes in this tradition, even if it's telling me to play, I take care of the beat. You know, because there's only one beat. The one behind you is gone, so don't cry about that one. And the one in front of you hasn't happened. Don't worry, play the one now. It's almost like life. And this is when music gets wild. This is when we get wild. That concept, well, now there's not one beat, there's 2. Now I can play a repetitive pattern. So whereas before I might have went. Right, now I'm going. Now it's a wave. Get what I'm saying? Now it's going. Now I'm repeating. Now I'm doing a thing like this. 2 beats. Now this is what I'm going to tell you. There's nothing else ever going to exist in the world of rhythm and music, and don't let them tell you otherwise. There's only 1 beat to play or 2 beats. They're going to say, we're in this thing called 4/4. You mean 2 measures of 2 things of 2.
Right.
Well, that's where music starts. So then, right. So then, I say it like that for you to know, because sometimes people don't play 3 and 4 as good as they play 1 and 2. They'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 1. Like, you don't need to count it that way, but it's 1, 2, 1, 2. Like that, get what I'm saying? Well, all 4 is a fancy thing of 2. If I say we're in 3, if I say we're in 5, there's no, get what I'm saying? There's 1 beat or there's 2 beat. Now, this is something that's really interesting and regional. At the same time, from Africa, 1 beat can be 3. So a lot of times in African music, you'll hear this. So this might be going, or it'll be like 1 and 1 and 1 and. You'll hear dunk 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 dunk, because they're playing the 2. So a lot of cultures have different rhythmic things. That's how an African hears. Oh, and they have no pitch. So this is how pitch is. How the difference of that? They don't have a note making thing. They don't have. So it's. So there's this. So not only do they hear the rhythm, which we hear, they hear a melody in that. But that's all the rhythm you're going to need to know, right? Next, we're going to go to melody and all this. So now take your guitar.
I have this one and this
That one. I'm going to tell you this. This was for.
You're doing like Spanish guitar?
No, but that's cute.
Oh, too
What's it called? If you're finger picking and you'd have fingernails here, but you could do that. Like just any finger picking, but you don't do that.
Okay.
Okay, so now when you take your pick, when you hold it, here's your first finger. Put it on the section here. Bring it towards you. Point it at you and lock it down. So we put it there. Bring it towards you. Yup. Lock it down right there. Yes. Now take your arm. Bring it over. When you don't pick from here, you pick from there. So go to this string, right, and push it down. Not just this one. Yep, right? So you want to hold it. There you go. Boom. Let that hand up. Pick it down. You do it right. Once. Pick it down once. Now pick it up. Pick it down. Pick it up. The reason I do, now go to the next string. Pick it down. Up. Next string. Next string. Down first two. Next string. Down, up. No. Watch. Go there. Down. Run up. There. Down is to the ground. Up. Look. Down. Up. Next string. Down. Up. Down. No, up. Same string. Do them 4 times. Down. Up. Next string. Up. Down. Same string. 4 times. Down. Up. The next string. Up. Down. Up. Next string. Up. Down. Up. And the next string. And the reason I'm doing that is that way you could do 2 things accidentally okay. Doing them 4, I like you to have a chance to see what you're doing, to fix it. There's fine tune, like you went down, up, and then the next one you're more comfortable with it. So now I'm going to tell you where your strings are. I don't write in tab, I write a music map. Meaning when you look, here's your head, and here are your feet. And that's how your strings are. Okay, so the first string is called E. Pick that down up 4 times.
E, the first one.
Yep.
The bottom one.
That's your high E. The next one's your B. The next one's your G. The next one's your D. A. And E. Low E. Low E. And those words, low E and high E, determine where you're going to be. So now what we're going to do is we got to get into this confusing neck of things.
Is it in tune right now, you think?
I have no idea. Let's find out.
I might have to.
I got it. Huh. It's interesting. It's so full, it sounds like a 12-string guitar. Like when I strummed it, I had to look. I was like, are there 12 strings on that? That's full.
Cool.
Okay, so let me see what we got. Put your first. Put your first. All right. Here's what's going on with these markers. What happened is, at one point, early man had a bow and arrow. After we went to hunt, we had a lot of time. When we had a lot of time, we took the string on the bow and arrow and we played it. So a guitar is actually a 6-stringed bow and arrow instrument, right? So that means you actually have 6 instruments that you're playing, that you're making into a unified orchestra. That's why you have weird hand positions. Pythagoras, who makes the Pantheon, who had a cult of 201 people, of which you gotta wonder who's the one person. Greeks like symmetry.
Right.
Right, so who's the one?
Why are they letting him?
And if the one's you, do you count yourself? Like, you can't be, a cult can't be about you and you can't count yourself as a member.
Right.
So I think there was 200 and he was the one.
Right.
But that's only like, can you imagine being like, wow, I have 201 members. You're like, I thought we had 200. I don't think it works. Pythagoras decided that when you have a string and you cut the length of it, the pitch gets higher. So hit your open string, high E, pick down, high E. Look at that, you fancy now. Go to your first fret and put your finger there. Pick that down. Look, go to the second. Right, keep going up. See, it's getting higher because the string is getting shorter. Right? So now so he decided that we're gonna mark. These are called half steps. So each half step is a marker of like that from here to this is where this note starts. This is where this note starts. So now what we're gonna do is put your first finger in the first fret of the high E. I write 1. 1 means finger, 1 means fret. Pick that down just once. Perfect. Second finger, second fret. Yep, pick that up. Right, do it again. Go start. Yep, there it is. Third finger, third fret. Now what you want to do is get closer to the metal. There you go. You don't have to leave this one down so much, but make that pick that down. Fourth finger, fourth fret. Pick that up. See, that's not making it. So you're gonna have to loosen somebody up. Because all I care about is getting the dunk, and that's gonna go up. Now go to the next string. First finger, first fret. Pick that down. Once, just once. Second finger, second fret, up. Once. Third finger, third fret, down. Get that fourth finger, the fourth fret, however it's gonna be. Go for it. Pick it. Yep. No, it's gonna have to get close. No, so then what you do is you figure out what makes it work. Now pick that up. Right? Get it closer to the metal. Bring it over. Do it. You got it. Right there. There it is. Next string. We're doing all 6. First finger down on the first fret. Second finger up on the second fret. Third finger down. You got it. You got it. Right there. Down. All right. Pinky. Get in it. Make it work. Get close to that metal. Next string. 1 down. 2 up. 3 down. 4 up. Next string. 1 down. 2 up. 3 down. It's alright. It's alright. 4 up. Take your time. Alright, last string, last string. 1 down. 2 up. 3 down. 4 up. So now that you did that, that's written right here. Finger, fret, you already know what it is, all 6. So now we started with the down and up picking 4 times all the 6 strings. Then we on those strings, starting from the high E, we put the 1, 2, 3, 4. Using that same 4 down picking, but now having fingers with it. Now, A3, A string, right there. 3 is where the dot is. Right? Here's what you're going to find out. Now that you know Pythagoras, go up a half step. Go back a half step. Go up a whole step. Up. A whole step. Yes, these are whole steps when you skip a fret. These are whole steps. Go back a whole step. So what Pythagoras decided was if you take a series of half steps and whole steps, we can make this thing called a major scale. That's all it is. It's a formula from the single bow string of the steps that he found of half and whole that make it. So we start at A3 on the dot. That's a C. Now go up a whole step. Trust yourself. Hit that. No, gotta hit the note. Gotta hit the note. Want you to hear it. Cool. Go up a whole step. Go up another whole step. And go up a half step. Half step. There we go. Go back to C. Trust yourself. You'll know where it is. Go back to C. Don't even look. Look at the guitar. Go back to C. Yeah, you knew where it is. You only knew one thing. I knew it. So give me that. Hit that. That's the one. Go up a whole step. Whole step. Half step. Now let's line fingers up. Since there was 4 notes, there's 4 fingers. So let's start with the C. Put your first finger on it. That's a 1. Pick that. So bring the 2, second finger, a whole step away. Yeah. And then bring the 3, a whole step away. 3. Oh yeah. Fingers in order. And then the 4 is going to go a half step right there next to it. Let's do that again.
Okay.
So we start at the 1, 2,